Hey guys, it's me, Nithin. Today I'm going to be reacting to the trailer for the game V Rising on Steam. That is all this video is. At no point in this video will I start baking a random dessert. That is definitely not gonna happen. Now, V Rising is a game made by Stunlock Studios, the people who made Battlerite. You can wishlist it on Steam or sign up for the game's beta right now. Now, I got the gameplay trailer for this game right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and watch it. Here I go.
Rise from your deathless slumber. You are a vampire, a creature of the night.
Okay, so this is some kind of vampire game. Alright, I enjoy vampires every now and then.
Explore the unknown and start gathering resources.
Yes, I love resources!
Survive a world full of danger. Hide from the deadly sunlight.
Deadly sunlight. Right, because vampires. Alright, I get it.
Begin rebuilding your castle, piece by piece. The time has come to regain your power.
Oh, you can build a castle in this game. That's cool. A little vampire fortress, it looks like. You know, I like games where you can build a base, and a vampire base sounds pretty cool to me.
Gather your army of darkness and conquer every corner of the world. Stalk the night. Hunt for blood. Become terror itself.
Okay, so vampires are basically like me in real life. I get it. Oh, he's fighting a big tree now. He's fighting that tree. Oh, he's fighting two dudes. He's jumping. Oh, he's flying. He's flying around. Oh, he's spinning. Oh, he's spinning. I like the variety of enemies in this. Here, look, you got these stupid little villagers. You got that big rock guy, the chain guy, that slamming guy, that guy I really like. He's probably my favorite guy of all time, honestly. Big epics to that guy.
The rulers of the night have returned. The vampires are rising.
Oh, I get it. The V stands for Very Cool Vampire Game. Nice. Alright, well, that was a pretty sick vampire trailer. Game actually looks pretty cool, and I'm excited for it personally. Guys, once again, this game is called V Rising. If this game looks interesting to you, please put it on your Steam wishlist or sign up for the game's beta. If you do that, you'll become the coolest vampire of all time. Now, let's go bake a pie. I want to bake a pie. Hey guys, it's me, Dracula. Just kidding, guys, it's actually me, Nithin. Now you might notice that the audio's out of sync with the video. That's because all the audio from when I was filming this part was obliterated. I shall instead explain what I'm doing in post. Enjoy. Now in this video, I'm gonna be baking a pie, specifically an apple pie. An apple pie made for vampires like me, and like the ones in the game V Rising, a game which you can put on your Steam wishlist right now or sign up for its beta. Now the recipe I used was once again from allrecipes.com. It's the apple hand pie recipe by Chef John. It's pie crust filled with sweet apple filling rolled into an empanada-esque shape and baked till epic. Now before this video, I'd never made a pie before, so naturally this went pretty perfectly. The first thing I do is I get our apples ready. I take 2 large Granny Smith apples. I proceed to skin them and cut out the cores. Here I'm describing how to skin an apple. Basically the gist of what I'm saying is skinning apples is quite fun because they feel pain and emotions like you and me, so go ahead and do it all the time. After that horrifically sadistic rant, I then wound up with 2 perfectly skinned apples. I now proceed to use my ancient samurai powers to cut up these apples into quarters, take out the cores, and cut the remains into chunks. Here I go. At this point, I accidentally graze my finger with the knife. Not deep enough to draw blood, but close enough to make me think. I start to think about my own mortality. I realize how fragile I really am. I think about how beneath my personality and sense of self, I'm just a very vulnerable sack of flesh, bone, nerves, and blood. Blood. Wow. That reminds me of the blood that can be drank by vampires in the game V Rising, a game which you can put on your Steam wishlist right now or sign up for its beta. Now I cook the apples. I take out a pan and I melt 2 tablespoons of butter in it. I keep the butter cooking until it becomes a little bit brown like me. Then I add in my victims. I stir it around a bit, and then I add a 1/4 teaspoon salt, a 1/4 cup of white sugar, and 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I stir it up again, cooking those apples for about 5 more minutes. Then I add in 1½ teaspoons of ground cinnamon and 1 teaspoon of water. Mix that up and cook those apples to your degree of desired softness. You bitch, you deserve to have what you want, you wonderful fucking person. At this point, when my apples are almost done cooking, I add in 17 gigasacks of fresh pig's blood. I mix it in and keep cooking the apples just for a bit longer. Now, I realize that the shade of red that the apples have taken is exactly what I desired. I'm the first ever man to turn green apples into red ones. Now, they're about finished cooking. I spread out my finished filling onto a plate and let it cool down for a couple minutes. Now I preheat my oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, or 200 degrees Celsius for all you disgusting freaks. Here I'm talking about how 400 degrees is pretty hot. I then compare the hotness of the oven to the hotness of the game V Rising, which you can wishlist on Steam right now or sign up for its beta. Now I begin to work on our dough. Now as for the pie dough in this video, I made it completely myself. It's a completely homemade pie dough recipe that I made from scratch. Here's a video of me making the dough. As you can see, I'm quite good at it because I make pie dough from scratch all the time, kind of like the pie dough that I'm using in this video. Here in this clip, I'm explaining how fun it is to make pie dough from scratch because that's what I did. Slap a perfect circle of it onto a parchment-lined baking sheet, then I'm gonna spoon in our apple blood. Oh, I mean apple filling. Wow, little vampire slip up right there, kind of like the vampires in the game V Rising, which you can wishlist on Steam or sign up for the game's beta. Now that the filling's in place, I fold half the dough over itself. Now I shall flawlessly crimp the dough shut as to create a tightly wound crust on my pie. Once again, I've never done this before this video, so I'm sure I'll do great. Alright. Yeah, that's probably good enough. At this point, you're gonna want to get some extra homemade pie dough that I made by myself with nobody else's help. We're gonna use this extra dough to create some little dough decorations on top. To get a piece of dough to stick to your pie, just brush some water on the place it's gonna go and on the piece itself, and then slam it into place. First, I make a long strip, then I add two little pointy things on either side. Perhaps you can see where this is going, and perhaps you can see why I made the filling red. I then continue to add teeth, brushing each tooth with water and inserting it underneath the gums. I even added a little Tom Cruise tooth in the middle. Jerry Maguire, more like Jerry McVampire. Then I add the bottom gums and put some teeth there as well. And just like that, we got ourselves a teeth pie. There's a sentence I never thought I'd ever say. Now I prepare a mixture of 1 egg and a little milk, and I brush the whole thing down with it. This will make it become much more epic in the oven. I sprinkle the top with some white sugar, even though I forgot to film that part, and then I add 3 ventilation holes to the top. If you don't do this, the pie will explode. Now after all that, I just slap my pie in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes until the filling's bubbling and the crust is golden brown. Now, we just gotta wait. Except with the power of technology, no we don't. So basically, the pie did not end up perfect. A lot of the filling leaked out because I didn't do a great job crimping it shut. That's what that horrific black mass near the bottom is. Also, the crust near the top seemed kind of undercooked and also just looked like shit, so I just sort of cut it off and apologized to Gordon Ramsay. Also, the whole thing cracked into like 3 pieces when I tried to transfer it to a plate. But all that aside, I think I did a pretty good job. Guys, this whole ordeal has taught me that certain skills can only be gained with experience. I had never made a pie before today, and as a result, my end product had some issues. But aesthetically, I'm pretty proud of how it turned out, and taste-wise, it was honestly pretty good. I mean, it's pie crust filled with apples cooked in butter, sugar, and cinnamon. It was probably gonna taste pretty decent no matter what happened. Were there certain aspects of this pie in which I failed? Yes, but that's fine, dude. I can learn from those failures. You see, failure drives the pursuit of knowledge. It is only by failing that we can learn how to do things right a second time, and honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. So guys, in conclusion,
go add V Rising to your Steam wishlist or sign up for its beta.